we're gonna let's dab our way in. We're gonna quickly fucking floss ourselves into the right state of mind. And yeah, let's do it. Wait,
raise your hand if you are for the wall.
Amazing.
One of you that raised your hand for the wall. Why? Why are you for the wall?
Every single year through the southern border, there's like 16,000 kids that are brought through the illegal ports of entry for trafficking purposes, labor and sex slavery, which I think it's a terrible crime that we should all get behind, and also women. So that is one of the main reasons I'm for the wall.
All right, bad faith arguments right off the fucking bat. Everyone here has seen Philosophy Tube's recent video on sex work, right? Very often, the criminalization of sex work and people in that tangential sphere is used to extend oppression across a broader group of people. So listen to this right here. You have a problem with sex trafficking. Oh, okay. What if we just opened the border up and let them come in legally? That way everyone could be documented, and with federal observation, it would be much, much easier to catch sex trafficking and liberate those women. Oh, no. No, actually. Oh, no. Actually, I want a wall. Video's a bit quieter on you. I don't think this was the case with the first one. Yeah, it does feel a bit quieter. I'll up the volume a little bit. Too many accusations of bad faith. Need to stop jumping on that. It's losing meaning. Nope, it's never going to lose meaning. Most arguments people make are bad faith arguments. Now, what really is going to happen, mind you, is that the more border protections we put up, the more difficult it will be to come in, which means only the more dedicated organizations are going to be able to get people in. And hey, guess who's willing to spend more time, money, and effort funneling people across the border? It's not random fucking Mexican families who want to live a life free of terror of the drug cartels. It's the trafficking organizations that benefit from the movement of drugs and sex slaves. Those are the organizations that are going to be able to continue their trafficking in spite of institutional institutional barriers. It makes it much harder. All you do, you know the argument like, oh, if you put up gun laws, you're only restricting like good citizens from buying the guns, not the criminals. It's kind of the same case for this, except here it's not a stupid argument. Could you define bad faith? It's complicated. A bad faith argument is an argument in which somebody is not making a fair or a reasonable claim, or they're being deliberately dishonest or disingenuous, or they are not engaging with the context of the discussion fairly. It is a very subjective term. Whatever the case may be, that was a bad faith argument right there, because these two arguments are completely separate. The best thing we could do for the victims of sex trafficking is to bring these people in legally so that they can be subject to federal inspection.
It's going to secure our borders, it's going to prevent people from doing
Also,
these
the wall
terrible
wouldn't
crimes,
work.
and obviously it's national security as well.
Anyone that's against the wall, does anyone want to respond?
Human trafficking is done right here in Miami. It's done all over the place. A wall didn't start it or won't stop it either. Also, there are people being raped and killed and having the same type of exploitation who are in these ICE detention camps. Children are being killed, and we don't even know what's happening to them. So, I mean, if you're going to build a wall, maybe build it around some other areas. Maybe build it around the White House so that people stop getting killed like that.
For real, though, and that was kind of like dumb and silly at the end. But for real, though, I mean, this is basically the case. There is a ton of damage that happens down there at the border. A lot of people get hurt. And this idea that like the way to stop that hurt is to like build a border so people can't travel where they want to go, so they have to stay in the countries where they're like trying to flee out of in terror, so they have to stay in the areas with poor economic opportunities so that they can't benefit from our wages or from our like excess of work, so that they can't move to an area that isn't being run by drug cartels. The idea that you're making the world a better place by putting up a barrier and like fucking shooting them if they try and come across, this is not a rational argument. The only argument you could make for putting up like border security down in the South in the current political climate we're in is like 100% just rule of law, national security, no one gets in, no one gets out. And it's stupid there too. That's also a stupid argument. But the idea that the wall is a humanitarian venture is laughably untrue. It is hysterical to me that anyone could make that argument.
What I will say is the wall is impractical. Number one, there's certain areas in the country where the wall just, like, it's just impractical. I honestly thought the wall was like a metaphor to just tougher immigration policies, which, whatever. But they really want a literal wall. It's impractical in some parts of the country. And number two, it's cutting through a lot of reservations. We're talking about Indian land that the government does not own and they want to...
Hey, remember, we just talked to this guy like an hour ago. Isn't that sick?
Cut through that land. Those are sovereign nations that they're going to be invalidating just for some wall that, again, is impractical in many other areas of the country. And number three, a wall is not going to stop us. We're going to be migrating here regardless.
I just want to address the whole thing you said about Mexicans being rapists, bringing drugs. First of all, this is true. This is a statement of fact. I mean, Mexicans do bring drugs into this country illegally. Mexicans do come in here and commit murders, commit crimes.
See, again, this is another bad faith argument. This is some dumbass shit. No one has ever said that Mexicans never bring drugs or do crimes. Only that everyone else does too. So it seems really fucking weird to single them out, especially since evidence suggests that undocumented immigrants commit crime at a substantially lower rate than the domestic population.
And I don't think it's appropriate to paint with a wide brush. All Mexicans coming to this country are doing that, because my mom crossed the border to this country twice illegally. I have plenty of family who has done that, and they've come here and done good things. My mom came here, and her first job was at Taco Bell cutting tomatoes, and that might be funny, but that's true. That's a fact. So, you know...
all the fucking sympathy. These people fucking disgust me. Oh, yeah, my family came in here. They could barely make it survive, but they did good things. Now that we've made it here, time to build a wall. These people fucking disgust me.
It's not appropriate for Trump to paint every Mexican coming here as a murderer or a drug dealer. But the fact is that a lot of them are. And in my point of view, let's say we let in 50 Mexicans to this country. 49 of them are good working citizens who want to contribute. If one of them kills my daughter, I don't want any of them in the country.
The classic, the crime is worse crime if it's committed by undocumented immigrants. Listen, this is hey, guys, did you hear how stupid that argument was? That's the same argument you were making with the North fucking Somalis people. That's the exact same shit you were doing. That's an irrational argument right there. Well, we came in undocumented immigrants and it was good there and it did good. But now we're fine. And honestly, like, if one of them kills my daughter, then I don't want any of them here. This is not a reasonable way of thinking at all. What the fuck kind of logical train is that? If one undocumented immigrant kills your daughter, which they're statistically less likely to do than the domestic population, by the way, then you want them all gone? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So when your mom was here cutting tomatoes, if there had been one fucking undocumented immigrant of the millions that have come into this country who killed some dumb bitch's daughter, you would then be okay morally with your mom being kicked out? So you're okay then if that happened, if some other fucking Montana, some other state, one person who happened to be undocumented killed a kid, you would then be like, oh yeah, sorry mom, who is in Texas right now. Yep, time to pack up your fucking tomato cutting gloves because ICE is coming for you. They're going to rip you from your home. They're going to throw you across the fucking border and leave you with nothing but the money in your fucking pockets. I love you, Wet Thy Psycho.
Speaking of your family that went through this very similar process that I'm about to say, a couple of days ago, Donald Trump was in the border, he was there and he said, our country's full, we cannot take you anymore.
He wants to
right?
close
And
the border.
he was referring to the hundreds and hundreds of Central American migrants, many of whom are fleeing violence, who are here to request asylum. So raise your hand, and actually let's start by you. Do you believe that this specific community of Central American asylum seekers deserve to come into the United States?
Well, if you look at the history of asylum, it's based on religious persecution, things of that nature. Now, you know, we're painting asylum with a broader brush, where if there's violence in your home country, you deserve to.
No, wait, what? The parameters for what constitutes asylum have not changed, to my knowledge, in decades. What? Oh, yeah. Well, asylum used to be like, you know, like the Jews and the Holocaust. But nowadays, if there's just like a murder on your street, you can basically just apply. What the fuck are you talking about? Asylum status has always derived from the threat of violence in your home country. This is so fucking stupid. We have such a stringent process for the application of asylum seekers and refugees. The UN is so fucking stringent.
You deserve to get yes, I know that. So you deserve to get asylum, and well, I don't know if that should be the case. If we should just accept anyone from everywhere just because.
No one's saying everyone from everywhere. We're just saying this particular group of asylum seekers who are fleeing very legitimate violence.
They're escaping a bad situation. I don't think that automatically grants you asylum. First,
it doesn't automatically grant you asylum. The U.S. has to accept. And if it does accept, that's a good thing. And if it doesn't, that's a bad thing. Listen to him. He sounds like a fucking child. Oh, well, I just think, I mean, asylum used to be like legit, but now it's not. I don't think we have to take these people in. I don't think we have to. Like, we could just leave them there. Jesus fucking Christ. No higher brain function. No ability to engage with the actual ethics of the question. Jesus Christ.
Would you argue that your mom could be one of those people?
I would absolutely argue that my mom, under different circumstances, could have been one of those people. So it is a very...
Your mom was worse than one of those people. Your mom didn't apply for asylum status. Your mom was a fucking undocumented immigrant, you stupid piece of shit. They applied. They're asylum seekers. They're asking at the border. Your mom snuck in. You think she's better than them?
Touchy situation, me being a Mexican American, and noting that my mom has become successful. And it is hard, but at the same time, we have a problem already with poverty in this country. We have a problem with veterans who aren't getting the care that they need after...
Whoop! Irrelevant.
After literally getting blown up for the right for us to be...
This is nothing. Every conservative fucking dialogue tree. Every single fucking time. Oh, here's this one. Well, here's a completely separate issue. And then, by the way, it is predominantly left-leaning people in Congress and Senate that are pushing for legislation to benefit these groups of people. Who do you think gutted the fucking medical system? Who do you think gutted fucking what's it called? TRICARE? The Veterans Medical? Fuck, I forget its name. Is it called TRICARE? Like, yeah, okay, like, oh, sure, hey, I believe that we should take in asylum seekers and we should help our fucking homeless vets. So let's pass some legislation to... Oh, no. It's nothing. This guy doesn't give a fuck about homeless veterans. It's just a way of him distracting from the issue at hand.
Be here right now and have this discussion. And I think before we start taking in everyone else and their problems, we need to address the problems that we have in this country now.
I agree. If this guy agreed to close all immigration, I would agree with him. I would agree with him. If he was like, hey, we have problems in here, no one comes in. We are on fucking lockdown. Then at least that would be a consistent position. But instead, oh yeah, we can't take in some asylum seekers because there are homeless vets. I don't know what the relationship between these two things is, but it makes me really upset.
Anyone that wants to respond to him? Go
My
ahead.
issue is that some of these ideals, while they might have some aspects set in reality, it creates a sort of hysteria and it creates a sort of anti-immigrant sentiment where my brother who was born here, people always tell him go back to his country. And the thing about ICE and some of the bills that are going on right now are not just, they're not just deporting criminals. There are mothers, there are families, actual families that are being
coming to this country illegally in itself makes you a criminal. If you come to this country illegally, you're a criminal.
You love to cut people off.
Okay.
It is separating families is very divisive Why didn't he have such sentiments against his own wives?
Amazing.
He seems to love immigrants in his bedroom. So I don't understand. Not to be vulgar, but I'm saying is just keeping it real.
She makes good points, but then she like throws it off at the end with like kind of a dumb comparison. Like that and the build the wall around the White House thing.
So I've been trying to talk for a while. So like,
Hey, our socialist
I want
buddy.
to talk about your last comment. Like, oh, Trump said these things. Do you consider this racist? That makes racism seem rhetorical, like as if it's a rhetorical device instead of it being like a systematic issue that's actively destroying lives, like family separation. So like for people to decide, well, is this racist? Just by the sound of it is kind of silly to me because the fact that separating a family is racism. Slavery was racism and it worked off native slavery. Separating these families at the border is slavery. And talking about these families that are coming over, why are they coming over? We talked about MS-13, you called them rapists, gangbangers, so on and so on. But those are American gangs. They're created in a very particular form of carceral racism. And they were deported back to these countries, and they weren't even from there. They were raised here. They developed these types of habits in order to exist within a racialized American economy.
We stand. Also in those countries.
So because they got deported there by the U.S., you created that problem. And
we stand. Absolutely. Fucking giving this guy a voice.
Also for the fact that
I didn't create that problem. She didn't create that.
talking about America.
What the fuck? Listen to this.
Created that problem. And also for the fact
Wait, listen to this.
Countries.
So because they got deported there by the U.S., you created that problem. And also for the fact that
I didn't create that problem. She didn't.
Look at these fucking triggered. You created that problem. As in, yes, you conservatives. I didn't personally create that problem. And the dumb white bitch in the front, the tiny one who looks like a fucking baby, she pointed it out because they stand for each other. Like fucking hive mind.
Talking
about America. I'm talking about Americans.
Right, but that's not my problem now.
Okay, that's fine. You were talking about the American position all day, so I created I used it as a rhetorical device for the American position that deported these people.
Right. So let's talk about the fact that
Cutting him off. Fuck this bitch.
you guys brought up that family separation is racist. I have a big problem when they're using children at the border to get into this country that is not their children. So either there's DNA tests or we're gonna have to separate you to make sure that that child belongs to that parent.
Okay, so here is what this fucking moron just suggested. That when families come across the border and are detained, we need to do DNA testing to make sure that the parents have the It doesn't matter if the kids are theirs or not. Even if you ignore the incredibly totalitarian aspects of that suggestion, it doesn't matter if if it's their kid or not. What if they were adopted? What if it's just a kid they really care about? It's still a kid. Does the kid lives stop mattering? Do you get to separate a kid from adults, from their parents or from their guardians just because they don't have a fucking DNA connection? What?
But there's this thing called human nature. I feel like, I don't
So
know,
you're
maybe
okay
behind
with
that
people-
makeup,
so you're
you
okay
just
with
like
people-
lost
You just
human
insulted her. Of
nature.
course you're in your
I
feels.
did. I don't
Look at
care.
you.
Because she told me I'm in my
Mad.
feelings.
They
I'm
mad.
in some kind of way.
Let's talk about the 11 million documented immigrants that are here. What is the first thing that comes to mind when I say that? Let's go
So we got nowhere with that conversation. What was that little tidbit?
around.
I think we should give them citizenship, and that might surprise you guys, but I do think they're already here. They've been here for a while. They're in our schools. They're in our restaurants. They're everywhere.
Wait, this guy is like, we can't accept asylum seekers because we have homeless vets, but maybe we should fucking nationalize the undocumented immigrants we have here. I wonder if the fact that his mother is an undocumented immigrant has anything to do with this assertion. Good luck on
They're
Megan.
part of us. They should be given citizenship.
I think I agree with him that a lot of them that have been here, maybe they should get amnesty. I think, they've been here for so long, they're pretty much American by this point, but there are some that they don't represent American values and
What the fuck does that mean?
they shouldn't be here.
Oh, look at the fucking professor up top.
They don't represent American values and
Yeah, he like double takes and
shouldn't
like,
be here.
what?
What exactly are American values?
Get him.
Murder,
Stealing,
imperialism,
murder. No,
colonization.
life, liberty, and
Get him.
happiness. No, it's right in our Constitution. It's right in our Constitution.
respond
Get
to
'em.
that question
It's
and
right
then you
in our
go.
Constitution, the life, liberty, and
But you're not
pursuit
even
of
American,
happiness.
according
That
Oh, wait. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? For one, that is we do not agree on what that means in this country. And for two, people don't believe. Wait, I'm sorry. I grew up in LA. I've talked to a fair number of undocumented immigrants. I've never been chatting up with one, like at work or like at a bus stop or whatever. And then I was like, yeah, just sharing values or whatever. And, of course, I'm talking about like white stuff, and they're all talking about their like disgusting, I suppose their filthy brown culture. And then I'm like, yes, and I like this because of my value of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they go, no, we like death and unhappiness. That's our thing. What the fuck do they mean by this? I'm actually baffled. Do they think that there's like a rate, like it's a gene? I have no idea.
That is the American
dream.
I have an American passport. I'm a citizen.
See, American passport, American citizen. Now we're talking about citizenship status, not American values. They keep jumping around. They're slippery.
I'm born here, but I
let's
appreciate
keep going
American
around.
values.
Let's keep going around.
I hear a lot of things too, like just amnesty, at the snap of a finger. I mean, a lot of them, if they're criminals, I think they got to be deported. A lot of them, their families, and they've earned their.
Tell that guy in the bottom left that you would deport his mom. I want you to say it. Yeah, if I found your mom, I would yeet her ass back to Mexico, or wherever the fuck you came from.
Their chance at becoming citizens.
I almost find it disgusting that we're really talking about how to legitimize, like, the life of a human being.
Thank you.
Like, so they should be given citizenship because of this, right? I think people should be granted human dignity, period. No matter if you're a Palestinian baby, if you're an American baby, regardless, give them their humanity.
There's a report out there that says
It's so good that we have like 3 or 4 people in this one who we stan. We have fucking Headband Andy, we have Teacher Andy, we have long hair Andy, and we have Black Lady Andy, and we have Big Black Lady. We got it all. We actually have like 5 people who are rad in this convo, and that's pretty great.
that it's going to take almost 2 years to identify the thousands of families that were separated at the border. Who thinks it was immoral
Black Lady
to
Andy.
separate families at the border?
I am for people, and I feel like the things, the hate, the stereotype, it's affecting real human beings and causing people not to see people as people, but as objects, as this thing with an emotion attached to it. And that level of discrimination is causing families to be separated. People are losing their lives, they're dying, and that is the issue I have with it.
I'm really confused that nobody in chat gave me shit for the racist Mexican accent.
Anyone that does not see it immoral, what do you have to say?
I mean,
I just want to say the only reason I don't see it as immoral is just because like you or me or any of us here were to commit a crime here in America, we would be separated from our family. We'd go to jail. Like it's the same thing that would happen to any.
Whoa, buddy. There is a big difference between an individual committing a crime and getting put in an institution and separating families as a matter of course when they cross a border. There is wow, that's a big difference. See, because in in all cases, when a parent goes to jail and there's no one to take care of the kid, the state steps in to secure their livelihood. That's not happening right now. There are children in fucking cages. There have been children who we don't know who they match up to parent-wise. Just like, lost your mom at the border. Sorry, kid. Goodbye. There was such a massive difference between the separation entailed in committing a crime and going to jail and the separation entailed with border family detention.
Anybody else who committed a crime in America. And crossing the border illegally is committing a crime.
I would also like to say that there needs to be.
There's a difference between civil law, which crossing the border illegally falls under, and criminal law. Wait, crossing the border illegally is a civil issue? Wait, really? A civil violation. Holy shit. I had no idea. That makes this even stupider. I can't believe that I didn't know that. I can't believe I didn't know that. It's just a civil violation. Trump chose to prosecute as criminal. Holy shit. Well, I know what I'm adding to my little fucking goodie bag of arguments. Read the previous sentence. Sure. Whether it's by crossing the U.S. border with a coyote or buying a fake U.S. passport, a foreign national who enters the U.S. illegally can be both convicted of the crime and held responsible for a civil violation. Can be convicted of a crime, though. The fact that there's a civil element at all, that means that this is up to interpretation. But the fact that this has a civil element rather than it being expressly criminal, like murdering someone or whatever, that's a huge fucking difference. Criminal penalties for improper entry. Fined or imprisoned for up to 6 months. Subsequent offense. But just in case there's enough to deter legal, a separate section adds penalties for re-entry or attempted re-entry, certain types of crime, civil penalties. Entry or attempted entry at a place other than one designated by immigration officers carries additional civil penalties, at least $50, not more than $2. Wow, that's pretty cheap. I guess they're pretty poor. Yeah, okay, so it looks like this is really open-ended. I thought it was just a flat 100% criminal act to cross the border illegally, but evidently not. What is a civil violation, though? A criminal and civil violations carry different weight when it comes to like prosecution, but a criminal violation, the state is obligated to come down on you for it. A civil violation, that is not the case. This is like 100. I think you misinterpreted this. No. This means it's not 100% a criminal thing. All right, that's enough. Let's get back to it.
Some sort of
misdemeanor.
You can't just assume that these people are families. You need to validate these things. You can't just take it as face. Oh, this is your mother? Fine. Because it's been documented that that's not the case.
What's the consequence of letting fucking adults come across with their kids? LTS, you're not getting tagged in. Why not? What? Do we need to literally fucking DNA test people at the border? This is so fucking weird.
That the coyotes are using children and as cover, saying that they're their dad for protection. You need to validate these things. You can't just take someone's
Who cares? They're still kids.
Words and take it for face value.
Just to play devil's advocate here. Imagine if that was your mother with you.
But
Would you feel okay if your mother and you were separated?
No, I would be sad. Absolutely. I never said that separating the family.
I never said it's fine when it happens to me. Only when it happens to other people.
Isn't horrible, because it is horrible and it is saddening. And just look at the images of the conditions.
And that stopped.
He literally changes his entire fucking tune the moment it becomes about him. Yeah, listen, these coyotes are they're getting kids, they're saddling kids, they aren't even really their kids. Would you be okay with that happening to your mom? No, it's really sad when that happens, you know? Fuck, man. What a good actor.
It is.
What a disingenuous cunt.
Sad, but at the same time, just because something is sad or just because it's unfortunate doesn't mean that you need to have some sort of way to validate these things. You can't just take some.
No, you don't need to validate the fucking genealogy of people who come across the border. It's fine. I would love somebody to demonstrate to me how a tremendous amount of societal harm is being done by like kids occasionally being used when they're not like the biological children. What harm is being done?
Someone's words and say, oh, this is my father. Okay, good to go.
The people who are talking about this are unaffected by this. The people that this is happening to are Central American indigenous communities. Claudia Gomez was a Maya woman, or little girl really, who got shot at the border. There are families being celebrated. These are indigenous children. And this is literally replicating the Indian Removal Act. This is...
Wait, someone said, it could be harmful because of child sex slavery by the adults. There are ways to determine whether or not children are being imported for sex slavery without doing fucking DNA tests. And you can also sell your own children into sex slavery. That does not test for what you think it tests.
not only displacing indigenous communities from their pueblos, but also separating them from their families, which is the history of the United States. And this is
They're
literally a
choosing to come
continuing.
here and do
Yes,
that.
they're
choosing.
dude, out of force.
Not always.
Back home,
Again, a non-argument. Oh, they're choosing to come up here so we can do whatever we want to them, bitches.
I came here. My cousin stayed there, and guess what happened? At 18, he died. That is the reality that we're escaping. And unfortunately, these gangs, these instability of our countries often come from the United States, going to our communities and trying to start a business there by displacing us.
But that was the past.
This
We're in
is
the
still
future
going
now.
on.
Jesus Christ, this stupid fucking cunt. Well, earlier, I'm not the one who personally deported them. Now, that happened in the past. I don't know why we're talking about the historical lead up to things that are happening today. Christ almighty. Listen, to whoever it was that made a post on my subreddit saying I should stop making comments about how conservatives are subhumans and have lower IQ, no. No, I am not going to stop. They are subhumans. They are fundamentally up here, bad. There's something wrong. The difference between me and a conservative on a skull-shaped level is vastly greater than any genetic difference between me and a black person who shares my political values. I have more in common genetically with a fucking spider than I do with this dumb bitch.
It's still going on.
I feel like you have more invested yourself in another country than here. You care more about another country than here.
Another fucking non-argument explaining humans' rights abuses. It sounds like you care about people who aren't American. You should only care about Americans.
This is my problem. These are borders. These are man-made borders. I don't care. I care about people. Period. I know.
There's a border everywhere.
That's the world. It's just bad. Whatever. Don't complain about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about the livelihood of people outside of America. Don't talk about borders.
There's a border right now in Colombia. We don't want more. There's a million Venezuelans that are in Colombia.
Yes, you care so much about American people. Congratulations. I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I do think about my community back home. You assimilate to Americanness, and that is good.
This should be home now.
Unfortunately,
this should be home. You shouldn't keep saying back home.
Again, this is coming from a point of view.
It's separatism.
Literally.
Like you guys are acting like as if we're not all human.
Exactly.
So humanity is being stripped. They're being dehydrated. They're being murdered.
Let me ask you this: there's many Venezuelans that are coming to Miami and South Florida.
Wait, she just said here in Colombia, but she calls herself an American? Yeah, she'll assume the identity of like an American white woman when it's politically expedient, and then she'll assume the identity of like a Colombian woman when it's politically expedient.
In your eyes, is there any difference between some of the Central American families that are at the border and some of the Venezuelans that are trying to come?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of differences. One of them is the majority of, not the majority, but there's a very large majority of Venezuelans here who have a lot of money. Some of them are even Chavistas. Some of them are, they're kind of like took their money, came here, and they have businesses. So in terms of like humanity, no, they're all humans, but the majority of the poor Venezuelans are going to countries like Peru, countries like Colombia, and countries like Brazil. The rich ones are all here.
Right, but there is, we do know factually, right, that there are many Venezuelans that are trying to leave the Maduro government and that are trying to seek asylum here. So my question is for everyone.
Hey, I stand Venezuela.
Do they deserve the same opportunity to seek asylum than a Central American family right now?
I feel everybody is the same. Everybody has, what people don't understand is there is laws and regulations. To claim asylum, there's about 5 different, don't quote me right now, but there's about 5 different options. Political reasons, if you're being prosecuted for political reasons. I have a friend that claimed asylum that way.
Quick reminder that the process for being declared like refugee status by the United Nations is incredibly stringent, and there are many groups of people who probably deserve it who don't get it. The idea that it's being like thrown out frivolously is a complete fantasy. It's completely nonsensical.
If for race, for
religious
they're legit
persecution.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just because your town was affected by some sort of a gang and now you're poor and then so you come up. It's not like that. It's like legitimate reasons. You have to verify paperwork.
Yeah, see, again, listen to this bitch act as though she has a better understanding of the socioeconomic climate and of the refugee status of the people who are coming up here.
To be to claim asylum.
When you think of this American dream, right?
Oh God.
What type of American dream? It may not exist, and you tell me that it may not exist, right? But when you do think of this idea of the American dream, what does that look like for the Latinx community?
In my opinion, the American dream is opportunity. And even though our country is not perfect, I think
Headband Andy fucking raised his hand for a second there. Absolutely.
there's more opportunity here to succeed than any other country in the world. And I can't argue.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all right.
I think that the American dream, what essentially means is people from the global south coming here and then obtaining the privilege to ignore the United States' involvement in the global south.
What does that look
Yeah, fucking call him out. Absolutely. The American dream is growing up in a poor country with a lot of socioeconomic problems, having your parents schlep you off to the US when you're 6 years old, growing up in a fucking middle class or upper middle class home, and then at long last, the blissful privilege, you get to be white in culture. You get to look down and sneer at the rest of the global south and go, yes, well, I made it, but you won't be. Absolutely.
look like for you?
To me, as he said, the dream is opportunity. It is to come here and make money. It is to have my own business. It is to succeed.
It's always the businesswomen. It was the same with the fucking, the most heinous person in the black conservatives was that dumb fucking black bitch who everything to her came back to her being able to make money. All problems in black America, every single one. Oh yeah, well my employees, every single time it went back to her fucking taxes. That's the only thing she cared about. It always comes back to this. Listen, if American culture and the American dream is about making money, and that's it, then it deserves to burn to the fucking ground. Burn America, death to the bourgeoisie, all in video games. It is disgusting to me that the place that I grew up in, the culture that I grew up in, has been reduced to a fucking economic line graph, to your fucking tax returns. That's what American culture is to these people.
I don't necessarily think education means success. I have many friends and many people that I know are millionaires and didn't go to school. They
Anti-education.
were college dropouts.
Remember, this girl featured in a rap music video, so it does make sense to me that she would know millionaires who were high school or college dropouts.
And I actually agree with you, and we talked about this earlier about the pharmaceutical industry and how anti-big pharma I am. And even though we may have our disagreements.
Wait, why? Why are you anti-big pharma?
Of us just want a reboot in all establishments. And this means our healthcare, these like pharmaceuticals, it means education, it means everything else. But what I don't want is to give the government more power because they're already messing everything up.
People.
Yeah. The less government reliance, the better. Walk into a DMV, see how that's run. Walk into a small business, see how that's run.
The difference is that the DMV, for at essentially no at-contact cost, provides vital services to hundreds of millions of Americans, and small local businesses do not do that. There are different sets of expectations for different levels of industry and different levels of like institutional provision to the common citizen. This is so fucking frustrating. The idea that conservatives want smaller government is fucking laughable. They want the fucking wall, dude. Apparently they want expenditures not for Medicare or whatever, but to help homeless vets. They want a beefier military. Every single time a conservative gets into office, the fucking deficit swells. Trump right now is subsidizing the agricultural industries to compensate for the losses from the protectionist, very anti-capitalist tariffs that he has been putting on, in his fucking trade war with China and with the rest of the world. It's fucking conservatism does not and never has had anything to do with smaller government. Conservatism is fundamentally about hierarchy and reinforcing hierarchy. That's it. That's it.
United States
You get
Postal
government
Service.
out of the way, I promise you, things will take care of themselves. What
a faith-based argument.
Puts their hands in everything, the more things get ruined. Okay?
I would love to see that substantiated. Hey guys, remember the DMV? Do you think it would be better if all of the all of the licensing and like institutional bureaucracy we had to deal with concerning driving was run by private businesses, one in which there are probably different competing businesses that operate in different states with different guidelines and regulations and internal policies. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great for learning how to drive to be for profit? Oh boy. Oh, that sounds amazing to me. That would definitely improve the state of things. Huh. I wonder, how exactly would a DMV run by private industry manage to fund themselves, considering the relentless day in, day out bureaucratic work they have to do for the provision of IDs, for driver's testings, for licensing, and for a bunch of other like government-related shit they do? I wonder how they would be able to afford all of that off of the taxpayers' dimes. Really wrinkles my fucking brain. Learning how to drive is for profit here in Germany. There's guidelines, but well, there are learn how to drive businesses here in America too. Yeah, like the little tutors that, like the driving school shit. But that's not the same as privatizing the fucking DMV. I don't know why this guy has a problem with homeless veterans, dude. I mean, if he's we've got a medical system. If they can't fucking benefit from the medical system, I don't know. Maybe they're just fucking idiots. Maybe homeless vets are just fucking stupid who don't deserve medical care. They're clearly not doing anything, with the services they've been provided. It's even profitable here. Some states require a driving class without providing it publicly. Yes, Patio, and it would get much worse if the DMV itself was privatized.
For me, the biggest issue that has happened with the change of government is how people relate to each other. I think a lot of respect has been lost. And policy aside, which is really important, I think I look for a day when people can come together and disagree, but still respect each other.
Our country has become so divided that you can't even sit down with your neighbors.
I can't even go
It's worse than ever.
No,
Worse than ever.
I'm trying to agree.
The only one raising their hand, go. What do you have to say?
Okay, what I will say is, we can agree to disagree depending on the issue, but if I meet someone and they say I want your parents deported, I'm not going to be their friend. I'm not going to be like, oh, I agree to disagree with you.
This whole respectability politics shit, this fucking everyone's so argumentative now when it's always uttered by the literal fucking cancer of America. Conservatives are a fucking cancer. They're a rot clinging to the underside of this country and the overside and every other side of it because they're fucking everywhere. For them to ruin everything and continue to ruin everything and then turn around and accuse us of being divisive for recognizing the fact that they're a fucking cancer is the height of bad faith. Never give credence to these arguments. They say things are so divisive now. You look them in the eye and say, you deserve every bit of ridicule and opposition you get because your positions are going to destroy this country.
That affects my life personally. I had to drop out of school for 2 years because of Trump's administration.
Would you ever be friends with any of the people that voted for Trump here?
Fuck no.
I would not.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's unfortunate.
I meant that
That's unfortunate. I think you're a nice person, so that's really unfortunate. That's sad.
That's so sad. Look how uptight this bitch is. This whole just sitting there with the fucking purse-slip the entire time. It's so sad we wouldn't be friends.
That's really sad.
Personally,
what a blow. Wait, how many times did she say
You're a
that?
nice person, so that's really unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate.
That's sad.
That's
really sad.
That's really
Personally
sad. She's
speaking,
like tearing up. What
any
the
of them
fuck?
want to deport my families, if that really is their opinion, then I'm not going to be their friend.
Okay, what do you have to say to that?
I look at everybody as an individual here, and I base you
and you're individually stupid
on your character. A lot of these people have very strong character. I don't judge them off of their political views or
really
how they
tearing
feel about what they think the world is doing and imperialism, all this stuff.
She's tearing up.
I don't really, I just feel like that's sad that we can't all walk away from here and go to one of these really nice bars here in Wynwood and have a fucking drink.
It's not that.
Privatize everything. Privatize the DMV, privatize healthcare. We should build a wall. We should kick the fucking Mexicans out. I don't give a fuck about people outside of this country. All asylum seekers these days are fucking grifters. They aren't real asylum seekers. We should be able to separate fucking children from their family at the border. The politician I voted into office led to you having to get kicked out of school for 2 years. Oh yeah, okay. Why can't we all just get a fucking drink after this, dude? I don't understand. I don't understand what I could have possibly done as an individual to indicate to you that I'm not the kind of person you want to hang around with. I just hate, you and I politically stand for everything that's wrong with this country and everything that damages you as like a demographic group. But yeah, I mean, as the whitest looking person here, I feel none of the consequences of that. So yeah, just the fact that people won't be friends with me after I dehumanize them and support a politician who wants to kick them all out, it just really gets to me. It just really makes me sad. All right, let's get this shit show over with.
That it's not that I have any hatred to anyone that voted for Trump, but to me, it's again, like, it's affecting people's in their everyday life. So if you have an opinion that I feel
Look at her. When she said it affects people in their everyday life, she shakes her head.
In their everyday life. So if you have an opinion...
Nope, politics are all just games. There are no consequences. We just have opinions, my dude.
That I felt like can hurt me, can hurt someone that I love, I'm not going to sit down and have a casual drink with you. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
I can see the pain that causes. And
yeah, because I'm a people person. I love people at the end of the day, so.
I mean, as long as they're Americans and white, and they don't complain about the political... God, this fucking... Oh, boy. The wall just got 10 feet higher.
So...
Okay.
Yeah,
I think this is why we're here, right? Because maybe there is no common ground, maybe there is, but this
I
is
also don't want to be
here.
misunderstood. I don't want people to feel like, anything goes. But I do feel that sometimes it's a communication thing, and you might not understand my point today. But if I could have more conversation with you, if we could build more bridges together, maybe over time you could see my point, or maybe over time you could change your mind, or maybe some aspects of me. I'm not so rigid about everything that I...
This lady is so nice. I don't care if she's being civil. Whatever. She's so nice.
think and feel.
For those of you that can vote, that have the privilege of voting, when you go to the ballot box, what's the most important issue that you're going to be voting on?
We're talking about policies and politics, right? We get to talk about it in this air-conditioned room.
Oh, this is a privilege.
Right, this is an
100%.
extreme... People are literally dying right now. Like, that is a fact. People are dying right now.
People die every day.
Right?
Hey, our policies are killing people. Well, people die every day, whatever. That one in the top right, unironically, should be milkshaked.
My God, you are exhausting.
I
mean, people die every day. No, is that not true?
Everyone dies every day. What? I don't know. All bad things happen. You can't mention one bad thing if other bad things happen.
People die every day.
I also don't feel like politics was necessarily ever constructed for the people. I'm talking about the down home grassroots people. It is an elite structure within itself where you elect the leaders of whatever thing. So if we look strictly to politicians who are paid to do what they do and shake hands to do what they do, we're going to be completely lost.
So will you raise your hand if you're not going to vote in 2020?
I'm voting.
No, everyone that can vote plans on voting. For the ones of you that did vote for Donald Trump in 2016, will you be voting for him again in 2020?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Of course they will.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the Democrats aren't really producing anybody that would capture my vote.
Why are you going to vote for
Represent
him?
my values.
I mean, you're talking about, we've been talking about politics and, what will stand up to you on a ballot. And, there's been this lately, you have politicians like Bernie Sanders, AOC, who want to give people...
I'm ready. I'm ready for the dumbest fuck boomer conservatard talking points. I'm fucking ready. Let's do it.
They want to have more government programs. They want to hand out more things. I don't think it's right.
Well, too bad that, at least in Europe, socialized healthcare seems to work a fuckload better than the system we have now. Our system is less efficient and more expensive. So, I don't know. Maybe your presupposition that government involvement in certain industries always leads to bad outcomes is bad. Maybe that's wrong.
right to keep people dependent on the government. I think that you don't want
Dependent
the
on the
less amount of
government.
people dependent on the government for anything is a good thing. That's why overall I'm conservative. That's why I will be voting for Donald Trump. I want people to be lifted up on their own instead of having to rely on the government for a job, for a place to live, for welfare.
What's wrong with having a government job and having housing like guaranteed by the government? Like, how does that make a person worse than relying on private business to provide a home and relying on private businesses to provide you a living wage? What is the fucking difference here? The only difference is that politicians or the government is accountable to the vote of people, at least, you know, ostensibly. What difference is it? Private corporations are completely fucking unaccountable. It's so fucking stupid. It's the most blasé, anti-intellectual, like generic talking points imaginable. Government bad, private industry good. We don't talk about specifics here. We only talk about feelings. And it's so fucking... This guy comes off like a real fucking boomer. The other one, some of the other ones are like grossly fucking inhumane, like the dumb white bitch and the other dumb wants to be white bitch. This one, I think, is just an idiot boomer.
Like, you want to talk about handouts? Let's talk about these corporate handouts. You were anti-establishment. Really think about what corporate establishments are to the foundation of America.
Relying on the government for things, the less free they are. If they're dependent on the government for something, that gives them less liberty, that gives them less choice.
Remember, having a government job and having housing provided to you by the government means you're less free than having to live out on the streets, poor and homeless, because you couldn't afford what the private industry was willing to set the price bar at. It's complete. There's no. It's. Here's the premise, conclusion for him. Okay, here's a premise. All right, and then here's a premise, and then here's a conclusion. It's really far in the back. Here, I'll draw some perspective lines. See, that's where it is. His premises and his conclusions have nothing to do with one another. They are completely fucking... They are not even in the same fucking ballpark. Look, there we go. Here's the 3D space his arguments are made in, okay? This is where he's at. There are no fucking links here. There's no, like, connection here. And then, like, connection there. There's none of that, okay?
Lives is to give people the right to live, right? Give people the right to live.
You're working through college so then you can get a better job, so then you can live a better life. Like, that is life. I had a job. That's how you are socially responsible, economically responsible. Like,
she's gonna cry.
Have to work shit jobs now and go to college so that you can get a better.
Do you think that's okay?
Yes, that's how you. Why should we?
Okay.
The problem is that people are getting shit jobs to pay through college, and then they're getting shit jobs after college because the economy is incredibly fucking top heavy right now.
Something, and then we're gonna start wrapping it up. Go ahead.
The United States still has colonies till this day. Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands, okay? In Puerto Rico, the Borican people there are still under colonialism, and every product that goes to Puerto Rico has to touch American soil first and then Puerto Rico. And that affects the people. That means the products there are twice as much, 3 times as much, etc. So when we talk about rights of the United States or Americans, what Americans? Because Puerto Ricans are Americans.
They're also like 40% of your population is like on welfare.
Yeah.
He literally just said that there are economic policies that make things prohibitively expensive there. And then he was like, but they're still Americans, which is a correct statement. And then they're on welfare. I think top right is actually a fascist. The top right bitch, I think she's actually a crypto. The amount of absolute fucking vitriol and dog whistling she's been showing throughout these videos, I think she's a fascist, unquestionably.
Because they're being colonized and constantly...
Did you not?
And they've also never voted to be independent. So why don't they just be independent? They should just vote. They should just have that. Restrict them.
We can't make that. Wait, she's not even making. Why didn't they vote to be independent? I don't know. Maybe they'd like to be a state because they're already fucking American citizens. What? What? Wait, hey guys, these are American citizens who aren't getting representation. Why don't they just go make their own country then? You're literally fucking King George, dude. You're literally fucking King Joe. Oh yeah, the American colony, they're not getting represented. Well, I don't know. Why don't they just revolt and have their own fucking, make their own fucking country? I don't know. Maybe they want to be part of America on account of them already being a part of America.
Themselves from the United States.
They have had movements for independence. Those people, Oscar Lopez, the longest American political prisoner, was incarcerated for 36 years. These people are constantly demanding to be free, and they're constantly being killed and arrested and incarcerated. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
We could literally do this for 25 hours. But again, going back to 2020, what are the policies that you want to see that you're not seeing?
Give people
deporting that fake white
living
bitch in the
wage.
top right.
I'm graduating next year, and my degree is in education. And even as a person coming from the education realm, I do not believe that education is the way out. Give people a living wage. To me, I want to see that. I want that to be huge. Mass incarceration, that shit needs to stop. So where do we, there's so much.
You're obviously not a business owner to try to demand what, as a business owner, you...
Yeah, hey, I want to make life better for most people. Huh, you obviously don't own a business. Heh, you want to make life better for the working American? Well, as a business owner, I don't. Have you ever considered that?
Incarceration, anyone else? What are policies that you want to see that are not happening? And you can just start...
I want to see
less government.
Less government, limited government.
Less spending on the military.
Absolutely.
Less spending everywhere.
Latinx. No, what does it mean to be Latinx?
Me or any of my friends who are all Latin.
She legit rolled her eyes when he said education. Yeah, because she's a fascist. She doesn't care about equality. She cares about her making as much money as possible.
I've never used this term Latinx.
What? I know, I can't do anything about it.
It's all plugged
Yes,
okay.
I'm aware. I see every time.
I'm just making sure.
Jesus. I'm not. You've fucking a dozen times clanging.
Before.
I really don't like the term, and the interesting thing about it is the only time you become Latin or Latinx is when you're outside of your country, if that makes sense. Because when you are where you are, you are whatever you are, where
nationality.
you are. Yeah.
When you are where you are, what you are is what you are. That's poetry. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I identify as an Afro-Latina. To me, I felt separated from, I guess, the Latinx community because I wasn't Latin enough or whatever. Because once I started to identify with my blackness, I didn't know that the two things could be combined. I felt like it had to be separate. I had no choice. Till then, I got an education, figured out these things, called the truth, and realized that that it's both inclusive. So, I mean, I understand why they chose Latinx because, people don't like to be called Spanish.
Amazing.
It's from the Spanish conquistadors and all that stuff, but I identify personally as an Afro-Latina, not so much Latinx.
I didn't even know that word existed until now.
I don't even think it's a word at all. I feel like it's a way for people to...
Wait, what do you mean something isn't a word? What?
To kind of, not offend. I mean, I might not know the exact origin, but I feel like it's a way for people to not...
Get ready for the whitest person here to explain how the term Afro-Latina is identity politics, and identity politics is bad. Or Latinx, or whatever word he's about to go off on.
Not use the gender pronouns in Spanish, like, oh, you can't say Latino or Latina because we don't really know who they are, we don't know how they identify themselves. And I mean, we've been using, Hispanic people have been using that word for centuries, such a long time, and for all of a sudden, have somebody tell me how I can talk or change the way for me to talk.
God, conservatives are such bitch babies. I promise you, literally nobody. This guy has never said, oh, the Latino community. And then someone came up and said, I think you mean the Latinx community? This has never happened in this guy's life. He saw it on fucking Twitter, and he felt like, they're forcing me to use these words. I have free speech. What about my First Amendment? Where's my Constitution? Where's my Constitution? This is these fucking bitch babies. Jesus Christ.
It's, it can be a little insulting.
Latino, Hispanic, whatever these words, were given to us by different people. Those words, actually, we didn't use for centuries. I don't know where they got that information. It's relatively new terms. Latinx to me doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna be honest with you. Personally, if I go back home to my abuela and I say, "Oh, we're Latinos, we're Latinas, whatever," she's gonna be like, "No, like what? What is that? You know what I mean?"
And I would say that Latinx, instead of saying Latin, is forceful. It makes people think. It is intentional. It is something that is critiquing the current status quo.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for
Please
this
end my
discussion. I
suffering.
know it got
Please.
heated. I know that at the end of the day, we still may disagree on many things. We may now agree a little bit more, but more than anything, I'm grateful for you. Everyone
Nobody
here
agrees
is
more.
very smart and
I hate these fucking Vice segments. If you look down in the comments too, all of the comments are dunking on the fucking liberal people. Unfortunately, this tough subject was mishandled by emotional opinions and very few actual facts. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet they're a fan of?